I cannot believe the amount of people already interested in StarDustDarlings. I literally cannot express how happy I am about all this. It's gotten me like so motivated and excited to do so many things. So thank you to everyone supporting me on this project, to the ones joining the Discord server, and thank you to those doing auditions and all. This is also like overwhelmingly overwhelmingly exciting. Apparently so exciting that I cannot even speak. But anyways, let's move on to what you're actually here for. Hashimoto Yuko Spreadsheet Speedpaint video. Yeah. Finally, the first available character to voice act is here, and she is so cute, I swear. I swear by my sword! So let's go ahead and start the speed paint, and I shall start yapping as I always do. Let us commence. Yuko! Here we go! That rhymed. The second member of StarDustDarlings and also Kari's childhood friend that was mentioned on her spreadsheet video, if you noticed. But anyways, you know the drill. Basic info, cherished items, personality, backstory and how she got interested in becoming an idol, and some extra info about her. Let's go. Her full name, as you already know, is Hashimoto Yuko. She is 17 years old, her birthday being on the 13th of August, and her height is 170 centimeters or 5 foot 7 inches. Her cherished items are her keychain and her beloved marshmallows. Let's see the backstory on these two objects, yes? The keychain she actually got from Layla, the final member of StarDustDarlings, when one time the group was hanging out at the shopping district and Yuko saw the cutest keychain she had ever seen. Unfortunately, having spent all her budget already, she was super bummed that she was unable to buy it. That was until Layla surprised her on their way home, giving Yuko the keychain she had just bought for her. Yuko was so happy and touched that her friend gifted it to her, and ever since then it became a very valuable item. I just think this little story is so cute, and I'm looking forward to making a mini comic on this actually. Wink wonk. Then her beloved marshmallows, and you're like, what are those? Yes, that's right, more world building stuff because it's great. Marshmallows are these soft cookies that come in packs, and they include 2 different flavored cookies. Vanilla cookie with strawberry filling and matcha cookie with white chocolate filling, hence its name. For her personality, I chose to give her the ESTP type. Quick reminder that I am no expert on these, so there may be things here and there that don't exactly line up with the personality type, but like any normal human being, no one fits perfectly into any categorization, and there are many ways one person can do one thing, but yeah. The best words to describe Yuko are very competitive, ambitious, and bold. Someone says something and she immediately goes, let's do it, you know? Doesn't matter what it is, she's down for anything. She approaches everything with a positive attitude, but sometimes her competitive and ambitious nature backfires on her when she doesn't succeed, and she'll be feeling really ashamed and annoyed at herself. However, it's nothing a good pack of marshmallows can't fix, and she's back on her feet in no time. Yuko really doesn't ever give up. Despite her bold exterior though, Yuko also has a reflective side to her. She enjoys spending her alone time in nature, contemplating new choices and plans, and often worrying about her mother. She really knows how to appreciate life and definitely makes the most out of it, being very down to earth and also while being a risk taker and multitasker. Tomato, tomato. Yuko is also very supportive of the other girls, always getting them to strive for their best, and she shines brightest when showing off her natural born leader spirit. So, how do we like her so far, Yuko never knew her father. He and Yuko's mum were high school sweethearts back in the day, even going as far as buying an old apartment in their mid-20s so that they could live out their days together. However, once Hashimoto Megumi, Yuko's mum, was with child, her dad bolted out of the picture, leaving Megumi and their child alone in an old apartment with bills to pay and some amount of debt to pay off too. Megumi tried her best to support young Yuko, who at the time was unaware of the cruel reality of her situation. Much like Yuko, Megumi is also a very bold and charismatic person, wanting to achieve for the best and trying to hide all the issues away from her daughter so that she would have a happy childhood with no worries in mind. It was around age 10 that Yuko met Akari. She doesn't quite remember how it happened, but she remembers seeing 9-year-old Akari fascinated at some colorful magazines on display at a corner shop. Ever since then, they became best of friends, spending lots of days at each other's houses and places their mums would drag them along to. Lots of these times, her friend would always be blabbing on about the same things. Idols, idols, idols. Yuko never gave it much interest or attention until the age of 13, when Akari had begged her to go to a concert with her. Reluctant at first, she eventually agreed, and that was the night that changed her life and that gave her a completely new perspective. Yuko hadn't always been quite the same as she is now. Compared to her present persona, she was never as self-assured and bold as a child, but seeing idols for the first time though, and finally giving the concept a chance, reshaped her whole mentality and sparked her inner confidence and determination. When she laid her eyes upon the beautiful group and the shiny lights, she felt a tingling sensation inside her chest. Before she had the chance to realize it, tears started streaming down her cheeks. Confused and overwhelmed at the sensation that, up until this very moment, she had always been missing something, she started laughing joyfully and immersed herself in the feeling of fullness in her heart. Since then, Yuko committed her time to dance practices and living out her days to the fullest. She became obsessed with the idea of success and reached for nothing less than this. When she finally entered high school, she was stoked when Akari had asked her if she wanted to form a group together. Yuko immediately said yes and was enlightened by the idea. And with that, the second member of StarDustDarlings joined the group. Wow, so cool! Anyways, now finally to the extra bits of information about her, and I just quickly also want to say some other things, and these include stuff for anyone interested in voice acting Yuko or any of the other characters, so please stay until the very end and let's get through this quickly. Her favorite colors: periwinkle, shadow green, and Danube. So fun! Her favorite hobbies: sports and any outdoor activity, painting, surprisingly enough. Safe to say that she definitely gets it from her mother. And then her favorite school subject is quite obviously physical education. It's simply her favorite subject, always gets top scores, and she just loves moving around, you know. Her habit or unusual quirk is essentially playing with her food before she eats it, and this is with every single meal. She basically likes creating a drawing out of her food before she eats it. Clearly, she was never told off as a child for playing with her food, but that's a given seeing as her mum is also an artist herself. And then her favorite place to go or hang out at is the stream nearby her apartment. Yuko loves to spend her weekends down at the stream not too far from her apartment. She enjoys trying to catch fish and frogs and all sorts of insects just to have a look at them and then put them back where they belong. Yuko finds joy in appreciating nature and its tiny creatures. Every now and then, she also likes to just lay on the grass and feel the breeze brush her skin, the more tranquil side of her, which she very rarely shows to anyone. So that is all the info I have on Hashimoto Yuko as of now, or at least the one that I thought necessary to share on her spreadsheet. But now I just like to share some other things in relation to voice acting auditions, so please listen carefully. Here is how Yuko's voice should sound like. Note that this is a general feel, and I'm hoping that with her personality and all the information I just shared, that it shouldn't be too difficult to voice act. So this goes for all future members too. If you have any questions, then you can just ask me, you know, if you're not too sure about how you should voice act him. So she is mid-tone vocal range. She sounds determined and excited when she talks. Almost seems like she's shouting even, but it's just because she has just so much stamina and energy. She's just very pumped up and ready to go all the time, you feel me? Now and finally, I want to talk about auditioning. I'm just going to be reading the step-by-step instructions that I have and also any extra information. If you've already seen this on my Discord server, then feel free to skip this part and skip to the end of the Speedpaint, or you can just stay and watch it. Lol, I don't know. You can do what you want. All I'm about to say is also in the description, so click on it now and follow along as I read it aloud. Step-by-step guide on how to audition. First off, be sure you fit the requirements. You must be at least 15 years old. You must have somewhat of a good mic to record lines on, preferably know how to sing, but this aspect isn't completely necessary. However, it's a very big bonus. And of course, you must be somewhat active and able to read my messages. Time zones don't matter here. It's more like, don't reply to me a week later, Step number 1. Choose which character you'd like to audition for. You can choose more than one, and please state it in your recording. Step 2. Check out the lines you must voice act on the Voice Lines channel on my Discord server. The link is at the end of the description box or in the comments section. You are free to improvise along with these mandatory lines. Please also follow the information on how their voices sound like, which I just gave in this video for Yuko, but is also in a channel called Character Info. You may choose to show your own depiction of the characters' voices, but minimum 2 lines, or preferably more, should be voice acted the way I stated. If you do this, then just mention in your recording that you're going to be switching up the voice a bit, and that's fine. Step 3. Record your lines with a good mic, making sure there are no background noises or frequencies. Pretend as though you're actually recording for future content using the best equipment you have, even if this is just your phone. This is very important as it will also be accounted for in your audition. If you're doing more than one character, make sure to do all the lines, either sending one file or many is fine. Do as you best see it. Step 4. Once you have your lines ready to go, make sure to put them in an accordingly file, like the examples you see right now. Either audio or video format is fine, but if you decide to send in a video format, then use a solid color like white or black for the background. Step 5. To send your audition, you can either email me the file at StarDustDarlingsInfo@gmail.com, and just by putting the subject as the character you're voice acting and just like saying audition or something like that, and then also make sure to mention your Discord username. Or you can also just send it through Discord private messages directly to me, and I'll see to it with Yeihmi, my manager, who also has a YouTube channel by the way, so definitely check her out. I'll have it at the end of the description box. And finally, step number 6. You are done. Now you just have to wait any updates on the main channel. Now just an extra bit of information that I want to share that I think is quite important. If you've done a singing audition already, you may want to do another one, but now with a better idea and feel on how the characters' voices should sound like. Don't forget that singing is also voice acting and performing. Singing should sound like the characters and should radiate their personality. Try your best to achieve this. Don't worry though, original auditions won't be for nothing, they have already been evaluated. Doing another one will just help us see more accurately who to pick. For anyone who still hasn't done a singing audition but wants to, should also follow these basics. It would be highly appreciated if your song choice was something more useful, happy, and preferably in all English, or at least the part that you'll be singing. Some vibes to follow are songs by Non-Sweet, definitely check them out, songs by Vicha, even English versions of other songs is completely fine. Note that this is the general feel and some inspiration for you. It does not mean you need to pick a song from these artists, it's just for you to have an idea. Since Stardust Darlings will be a lively and, happy-go-lucky group, me and Yeihmi thought it best for singing auditions to reflect this vibe. But anyways, that is everything, and we are also finishing up the Speedpaint, so I will go. Thank you for watching, and I hope you love Yuko, because I think she's so cute. Okay, bye.